Welcome to 806 High School Sports Connection TV, Final Four edition live from the Eagle Sports Bar, Seagraves, Texas. We told you we'd be here, and we're here. Ready to do it. I'm Jason Pearson. Victor Hatch is out sick. We still gonna continue the show. Great venue. Let's get it going. Let's talk about the Final Four. Let's start off with 3A Division I. How about the Shallow Water Mustangs? Getting it done, 22-21. It was a close game. Rock was up actually 21-7 in the fourth quarter. 2 late touchdowns by Shallow Water. Preston Scott with a 32-yard touchdown reception. And then Cooper Ogle with the big time 2-point conversion. Here it is live. As you can see, that was a big 2-point conversion. Shallow Water moves on now. They will face the Manola Yellow Jackets. This team is 11-3. They've lost 3 games, but don't forget, they play in the East Coast. They play on the east side of Texas. Those are big schools. So 3 losses there is just like 1 loss here. That's going to be the big matchup for Shallow Water. Can they get it done? They ran through Friona, Boyd, Breckenridge, and now Brock. Seems like this 3A division, D1 is like the 2-point division to me. You had Littlefield losing, going for a 2-point conversion in overtime to Denver City. You turn back around and Denver City loses on a 2-point conversion to beat Brock. And then Shallow Water wins on a 2-point conversion with 9 seconds left. As I look at this game, Manola has Chance Perkins. He's at 2,500 total yards, 24 touchdowns. It's going to be a big test for Shallow Water. But Cooper Ogle hasn't went off in 2 games. I talked to him personally. He said this is the game he breaks out. So look out for Shallow Water. Let's jump into 2A D1. How about the number 2 ranked team in the state of Texas, Canadian? Beat Abernathy 62-14. This game was close for the first 6 minutes, literally. Garrett Roy throws a pick 6 to Sawyer Cook, 53-yard return for a touchdown. Then the game just got out of hand from there. Tanner Schaefer looks like he'll be the 2A D1 quarterback, first team All-State, 25-32, 419 yards and 4 scores. The game was 35-0 at halftime. So it was over by half. But let's talk about Abernathy. They had a great year. This equaled their longest run in school history. Coach Daly, Garrett Royal, Nick Clarkson, Trey Bender, Zapata, Ryan Lewis. You guys had a great year. We're very proud of you at the 806. You guys did spectacular. It just came to an end. It seems like Canadian has Abernathy's number. That's 4 straight wins by average of 23 points with Canadian over Abernathy. With Abernathy, will get better. They lose a lot of players, but with Coach Daly's experience, I think they'll bounce right back. Canadian has a big test. I call Mark Canadian's kryptonite. It seems like every time Canadian gets to the state semifinals, Mark sends them home. Mark wins 50-15 over Eco, and Mark is ready for Canadian. This game will take place Friday, 7 p.m. in Wichita Falls, Texas. Don't make predictions, but Canadian's going to have to. They're not going to be able to run the spread offense against Mark. Mark has a cornerback, secondary, defensive line to slow them down. So it's going to come up to Vargas. Can Braden Gala get loose off that press coverage? If he can't, it might be a long day for Canadian. And when we come back off a break, we'll jump into what y'all really want to hear, the Crosbyton and Seagraves matchup and recap. I'm Jason Pearson, 806 High School Sports Connection.
Let's do this, Johnny.
Welcome back to 806 Hssc TV, the Final Four edition. Jason Pearson here with, what's your name? Here with Noah from Seagraves right here at Eagle Sports Bar. Seagraves has been impressive this year. Let's talk about their other opponent. Yeah, Crosbyton had to come in. They beat Quanah. Impressive 42-14 victory to get here. Seagraves with a decisive victory over Far Road 56-20, which made, to me, probably the biggest game in the state of Texas, I felt. Small school or big school. 2 12-0 teams. 2 of the top running backs in the state, Nathan Childers, Corey Cobb. 2, I call them the unsung heroes, 2 X factors, Tanner Clark and Tanner Rodriguez, in those lines. And that's what it came down to, the trenches of the line. So in this game, Seagraves just, I call it, they just imposed their will on Crosbyton. Early Crosbyton had, this was their strategy. They wanted to slow the game down, play ball control, as I stated last week, and it worked their first drive. They kept the ball 7.5 minutes. Elliot Rios had a 2-yard touchdown. Started out 7-0. That was a great start. They kicked the ball off. First drive for Seagraves. That's where it all, I guess, came to an end for the Crosbyton Chieftains. Tanner Rodriguez with the quarterback keeper. I counted 9 defenders from Crosbyton went right with Corey Cobb. So Tanner Rodriguez went left all the way to the house for a 64-yard touchdown. Tied the ball game up, and then the element of surprise. The onside kick was recovered by Seagraves, and on the next play, Corey Cobb goes 42 yards for a touchdown. 14-7. So that's done Crosbyton right off the bat. That took their strategy away. They could have played ball control and kept the ball without having to play from behind, which they haven't done all year long. That really turned the whole game around. Let's talk about this Tanner Rodriguez guy, the X factor. I felt like he's going to be the reason Seagraves takes it to the state championship and wins it. Because everybody keys on Corey Cobb, but they forget about players like Tanner Rodriguez, Uriel Martinez, Richard Longoria. It's going to be the supporting cast that gets the championship. Regular season, the stars will come out to play, but usually when you meet teams like Albany coming up in the state semifinals, they are great on keying on your best players to take them out of the game. So who else steps up? Last year when Seagraves played Wellington, it seemed like a couple of players didn't step up to the plate, and that's how you get shut out in the state regional. This year, they started it off different from the start with Tanner Rodriguez with their quarterback keeper. That let me know, that let everybody know, including Crosbyton, hey, it's going to be a different game. As Coach Rogers said when I interviewed him, he said the scheme that they had after their first play got demolished because they weren't expecting that. And that's what you call great coaching from Steve Herford. He threw them off guard. As far as the defense goes, the line of scrimmage, the defensive line for Seagraves played exceptional. They could not get off the ground. Usually when I watch Crosbyton 3 or 4 times this year, Nathan Childers has a 3 or 4 yard head start to get going, to get running. But every time he got the ball, as you can see on these highlights, he got hammered in the backfield. I didn't see him get 3 or 4 yards without somebody hitting him. 3 or 4 guys game tackling. That's great defense. That's how you have to tackle a great tailback. Tanner Clark was running for his life the whole game. Took some decisive punishment, just like J.J. Herrera did against Farwell. And that's why Seagraves this year took 3 or 4 steps ahead, because their defense seems to be taking the lead. Their offense is going to get points, but their defense is starting to make stops. You got an offense that's power caliber as a Seagraves Eagle. With the defense like that, there's nobody who's going to beat them. So I caught up with Coach Herford, and here's what he had to say on the game. All right, this is Jason Pearson, 806 Hssc TV, with the winning coach, Steve Herford. Coach, we talked about this in August. You wanted to get stronger. You wanted to finish. Yes, 366 days later, after a 58-0 loss to Wellington, you're back. And this time you finished. What was different this year?
Well, Wellington wasn't there for one thing. As good as we are, we'd have given them a better game, but that Wellington showed you last week how good they are. They lost all their skill, and they still took Abernathy 2 overtimes to beat them.
Yeah.
And so we'd have given them a better game this year, but our team's much improved from last year. And
yes,
we learned some lessons the hard way. We had a tough loss. I asked them this week, we kind of tired and dragging, because this, football season gets a little long, kind of sick of seeing the same faces every day. And I said, guys, you got 2 days or 2 weeks left. 2 weeks from today, somebody's going to be riding to Arlington.
That's
and
right.
it's up to you. Are you too tired to do that? If you are, Crosbyton can do it.
That's right.
They decided they wanted to keep playing football, and they put a couple more really good days of work in and showed up. And this was one we couldn't win on paper or with our mouths. A bunch of teenagers had to go out and earn this one.
Your defense played exceptional today. Nathan Childers just came off 2 straight 5-touchdown performances and 250-plus yards. He didn't get near that this game. What was the keys on the defense this week to stop Nathan Childers? And, a lot of weapons. Clark, Tim Childers, what was the keys?
I think the biggest key was the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
When we line up against people, it looks like we're in for a long night. We ask a lot of undersized kids. They're undersized, but they are strong and they are athletic. And our kids battled their guts out so that Crosbyton did not dominate the line of scrimmage. Last year in district, Crosbyton scored every time they had the ball. We never stopped them.
Wow.
And so we knew if they dominated the line of scrimmage, we were in for a long night. Our guys held their own up front. They didn't make a whole lot of tackles because they were getting leaned on by some big boys, but allowed our skill kids, our linebackers and secondary, to come downhill and not just tackle Childers one-on-one, because he's rough to tackle one-on-one, but we get multiple guys in, we're able to gang tackle him, and that's what it takes against people of the quality that Crosbyton is.
Okay, last question. Who called the onside kick?
You know what? Nate Wheeler tries to call that every week, and I'll give him props. But so he gets credit for it being his idea. He's got the, I don't know the appropriate term for this, the biggest cojones. Can I say cojones?
Yeah.
But as the head coach, I'm ultimately responsible, and I back that call. So it was a great call. When Childers is fresh, you kicking deep to him may not be the prettiest thing. So we felt like, they're getting it back to the 40 anyway. We might as well take a chance to get an extra possession and gain a whole lot of momentum. And it was a great call by Wheeler. And our kids make our calls. We call it, and they go out and make it look good, offensively, defensively, and special teams.
Yes, sir. Congratulations on the win. Jason Pearson, Coach Steve Herford. Have a great week. See you Friday in Snyder.
Yes, sir.
As you can see, Coach Herford was very excited for his team to win. And an onside kick we talked about, he don't want to give his offensive coordinator, special teams coach credit. He took the credit, but that was a great call nonetheless, whoever called it. That threw the whole game out of the way. I also called it with Tanner Rodriguez and asked him about what it's going to take for his team to advance and beat Albany and hopefully take it to Jerry's World. Here's what he had to say.
All right, I'm here with Tanner Rodriguez at the successful win over Crosbyton 49-21. Tanner, how does it feel? Last year, you lost to Wellington 366 days ago exactly, 58-0. You come back, your team works hard in the weight room, learns how to finish, and now you are the Elite 8 champions on the way to the Final Four. How does that feel?
It's amazing, man. The feeling's indescribable. I'm blessed with a great team. God gave me some great talents, and my team made some great talents. We put it to them early, and they just couldn't do anything about it. They played a slow first half, and they really couldn't do much in the second half.
After they scored, y'all come back and score, do an onside kick. What was the thinking in that? Did y'all want to catch them off guard? It looked like it worked.
Oh yeah, we caught them off guard. I mean, I don't think we planned it, but it's just something that the coaches happened to do, and we got it back and we scored.
As we said on 806 Hssc TV, you would be the X Factor. You come out on the first play, fake to Corey, take it 74 yards to the house. Was that planned? You knew that was going to happen?
As soon as I rode Corey, I took the ball, I got one block, and I knew I was going to be in the end zone. They ain't not going to catch me.
And Albany's undefeated also. They're 13-0. That's who you guys are going to play 7 p.m. Friday at Snyder. You guys are going to be ready, man. What is it going to take to get past Albany and maybe the state?
Hard work, dedication, keep working hard in practice, don't give up, and just play our ball, man. That's all it's going to take.
All right, and let's jump into the, let's say the running back comparisons. Nathan Childers had just came off with 630 yards and 10 touchdowns his last 2 ball games. Corey Kyle had 630 yards and 13 touchdowns. So obviously, one running back had to get slowed down for the other team to win. Seagraves did that. 19 carries for 76 yards for Nathan Childers and no touchdowns. That was the game right there. Let's talk about Corey Kyle, folks. The much maligned Corey Kyle for I don't know what reason. The most humble kid I've met. With the most talent I've seen in a long time. You know, for him to be doing what he's doing when the whole defense is keying on you, got to give props to the line first of all. The receivers blocking downfield. But for him, some of them stiff arms, I think he did a stiff arm on Tanner Clark and he almost flipped. I had to sit back and I don't think I got the shot on the camera. I was just in awe. I missed that shot. I missed it. But for him doing what he's doing for the second year in a row, folks, over 50 touchdowns is unbelievable. So I caught up with him and asked him, what changed from last year with the Wellington loss to this year with the win over Crosbyton, and how he evolved as a person, not a player, but as a person? Here's what Corey had to say.
Right here with the successful running back, Corey Kyle. 5 more touchdowns, man. It seems like every big game you step up to the plate. Another big game for you. How would you describe this game?
At first it was kind of rough, but then we got on the horse and we kept moving it.
Yeah, y'all kept moving it. On that last touchdown, that devastating stiff arm you laid. That right there describes the season for me about you. It seems like you always persevere. You have a lot of adversity, and you as a leader of this team, even though you're a junior, is looking like you're starting to step to the plate and take this team to where y'all want to go, and that's to the state championship. What can you say about your leadership, how you have evolved as a person and a player this year?
Well, this year I'm more committed to my team. I know it's not about me. I know it's not about one person. We all got to do our part to get to state.
That's right. That's Corey Kyle, Jason Pearson, Hssc.
And for every winner, you know there's a loser. And Crosbyton lost with class. You know, it hurt me to see those kids crying on the field. But it made me, you know, happy in another way, because it shows you that kids really care. You know, some people out here playing just to play. These kids play, this is their life. 95% of these kids, when they get done playing this game, they're not going to play football anymore. And that was showed on some of them kids' faces. So I called up with Coach Rogers and asked him, how was it to lose, you know, to lose with class? What a coach, what a team, the way they lost with class. He prayed with the team after the game and told them to go all the way. You know, and that's a heck of a coach. Some coaches may not even do that, may just want to get in the locker room and be angry, but he accepted defeat like a man, like he accepted victory this year. Here's what he had to say, and he had a message for us.
All right, this is Jason Pearson on 806 Hssc TV with Coach Brandon Rogers of the Crosbyton Chieftains. The score didn't go your way today, but overall this season you guys had a heck of a season, representing the 806 well. So what do you think about this season, and you know, if you could look back and give us an overview of the season for the Crosbyton Chieftains?
Anytime you have a undefeated regular season, you've accomplished great things, and then to make a run in the playoffs, you hope to be the last one standing, and unfortunately, you know, we ran into a great Seagraves team tonight that ended it for us.
Corey Kyle had a lot of rushing yards. What, as a scheme-wise, did it kind of not go y'all's way on the scheme, or he's just a great player?
Well, both. We liked our scheme coming in, and he demolished it, and we had to make some adjustments at halftime, but it was a little bit too late to fix that, and he battled all night, and you know, pulled away from us.
Give me a message for your seniors. Their last game, putting on their cleats and their Crosbyton Chieftain helmets. What's a message to these guys from their head coach?
It's just hard, because I've been with them for 6-7 years with those guys. They come in as 6th graders, you know, and I've just been through a lot with them, and I just love them.
Jason Pearson, I'm back, 806 Hssc TV live from the Eagle Sports Bar. As you can see, I got to give a shout out to Seagraves fans, man. They've been with me all year, for the last 2 years, really. I remember last year when I was covering Wellington, kind of tough. I remember Seagraves, I got a lot of angry inboxes from the fans saying, hey, man, what about us? You know, and from then on, I've been following them. Looks like I might be blessed to follow them all the way to Dallas to continue their business. Let's jump into the Final Four matchup for 2A D2. Albany's here again. This is the second year row the Albany Lions have made it. Second year they're 13-0. These guys are a good team. You know, Wellington beat them last year about 32 points, but for them to fight and get back here to the state semifinals against Seagraves shows that they're ready to redeem themselves. You have Drew Neese at quarterback. He's got 3,000 yards, 49 total touchdowns this year. Charles Carter has 258 yards rushing for the Lions. You also have Alex Fay. He had 66 receptions for 943 yards and 14 touchdowns. So and they only give up 9 points a game on defense. So, and they beat the number 2 ranked team signed to them earlier in the season to win their district. So when you look at Albany, I've seen them 3 times. Just from last year, I know now their quarterback was a freshman last year, so he's a lot better this year. So he's ready for the big stage. It seemed like he wasn't ready for the big stage last year when Wellington took it to him. This year, he looks like he's ready for the big stage. They're going to spread Seagraves out. Farwell tried, it didn't work. Crosbyton tried the ball control, of course it didn't work. But this will be, to me, a different game plan, a more executable game plan for the Lions. When you can put 4 wide receivers out there and spread this team out. So when you look at Albany to go 13-0, and to me they have 2,900 yards rushing and 2,100 yards passing this year, so they're a complete offense both sides. So Seagraves will have their hands full, but let's jump over to their side. I don't think they've seen a running back this good since Wellington last year, I guess. But I don't know if they're ready for Corey Cobb. We're finna find out. But the problem when you keep with Corey Cobb, like I said before, is Tanner Rodriguez and Richard Longoria. On those pitch sweeps, those misdirection plays are killing folks. Every time I see them run that, they get a touchdown at 30 or 40 yards. So this game here, I don't make predictions, but I think Seagraves will probably win by 3 scores at least. A lot of people on Facebook, which shocks me, are rooting against your hometown team. What kind of parents, what kind of people are you to root against teenagers, first of all? And then you root for another team and you can't even probably name 2 players on the team. That's ridiculous, folks. To me, when I was growing up, when I was playing football, I wasn't good as some of these kids are. I did ride the bench, but I didn't play. When we lost, we root for the other team, man, just because they from our hometown, I had one lady wrote a post that said those were prison-like attitude. You want the kids to go out there, they fighting for their playoff lives, and just to smile and, give daps and handshakes. That's not football. That's why football is the most viewed sport in America. It's violence, it's legal violence. So for you to say prison-like attitude, obviously you didn't know what you were talking about. I usually don't talk about parents, comments and stuff, but it kind of got to me this week. If you're like that, man, you in the wrong sport and you have bad sportsmanship. And that's probably why y'all sitting at home watching the Seagraves season, because you may be mad, but you still watching. And my prediction is you'll be watching Seagraves beat Albany, probably be 49-20 again, somewhere around that area. So when we come back, we're going to do a hometown spotlight on the Eagle Sports Bar. Great venue. They've been great hosts to me, and I appreciate this. So I'll be back with Jason Pearson, 806 Hssc.
Wellington was the big one.
Jason Pearson, I'm back, 806 Hssc TV. We're going to do a hometown spotlight, and why not? This team was in the Final Four first time since 1977. So they're looking to finish. I asked a couple of people after the game, I said, I want to do a live TV show, from Seagraves. Where's the place to go? What symbolizes Seagraves? And everybody said the Eagle Sports Bar. So I wanted to get with the manager and ask her, why would people say that? Why is the Eagle Sports Bar symbolize Seagraves? Why does that come up first?
One, the service. It's a family-friendly environment. You come in, you can go over plays from the week before, sit down, have a drink, have something good to eat, and just that fellowship that you get with being here at the grill. The owners are Sandra and April Sadavia from Seagraves. We've been about 2 months going in. We get to serve alcohol, we get to serve root beer, Dr. Pepper, whatever you want. And it just being that home feel environment that you get in as soon as you walk in the door. We've had just anybody come in and you can just flip on the TVs, watch sports, or like I said, go over Seagraves Eagles from the week before. That's the main topic around here.
So how was it like when y'all talked about the last 2 weeks where these previews for Farwell and Crosbyton? How was it in here?
Wow. Of course, favor is Seagraves because that's where we're from. So it was all about the support that, and being in Seagraves, it's a great community to be in because we are behind our Eagles 100%. And, they come in here, we have guys come in here that played back in 77.
Wow.
And so that's a good honor to come in. They come in, sit down, and we serve them, and they get to talk about their experiences and where our team is going now. And so, it's good. We've got guys coming in from the different years that they've played. My husband played back then, and, it's been awesome just to see that support and see where our kids are going to be going. So.
Y'all serve food?
We do.
What's the best plate here?
Chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak?
Chicken fried steak. We have our chicken fried steak or our big leek, which I don't know of anybody that hasn't finished one, so come on down and get one. It's a huge sandwich that, it's big. It's big. We have ribeyes, we have tacos, you name it. Cheeseburgers, bacon cheeseburgers.
Well, I'm from the hood kind of, so when y'all say chicken fried steak, do y'all got the hood serving of the gravy, or do I have to get extra gravy?
It's covered in gravy.
So are y'all gonna go to the game?
Yes.
Yes, we are. We're gonna support our Eagles and hopefully come out with a victory.
Is it true like when they have a game in the playoffs, does the whole city shut down, the whole town shut down?
Yeah. They're we look up to them a lot, and they represent Seagraves, so we're going to support them as much as we can, and when it comes down to game day, we're shutting down. We shut down to support them.
What's y'all's message for Albany? Y'all next opponent, what are you going to tell them? What do they need to expect from the Seagraves Eagles?
They need to bring it.
They need to bring it?
Yeah, they need to bring it.
Bring it.
Be ready.
Who's going to win?
Well, hopefully Seagraves will.
Y'all, who wins? All right, there's our prediction. I'm Jason Pearson here at the Eagle Sports Bar. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all hopefully from Dallas next week. All right. Peace.
Bye.